what's done together. It's still the best day of the week. But it's not like how it used to be before, when we could tell each other anything. The games have spoiled even that. I keep hoping that the time passes will regain the ease between us, but part of me knows it's futile. There's nothing going back. Excuse me. I get a good haul from the traps. 8 rabbits, 2 squirrels, and a beaver that swam into a wire contraption Gale designed himself. He's something of a whiz with snares, rigging them to bends saplings so they pull the keel out of the reach of predators, balancing logs on delicate stick triggers, weaving inescapable baskets to capture fish. As I go along carefully resetting each snare, I know I can never quite replicate his eye for balance, his instinct for where the prey will cross the path. It's more than experience, it's a natural gift, like the way I can shoot an animal in almost complete darkness and still take it down with one arrow. By the time I make it back to the fence that surrounds District 12, the sun is well up. As always, I listen for a moment, but there's no telltale hum of electric current running through the chain link fence. There hardly is ever, even though the thing is supposed to be charged full time. I wriggle through the opening at the bottom of the fence and come up in the meadow, just a stone throw from my old home. We still get to keep it, since officially it's the designated dwelling of my mother and sister. So I should drop dead right now. They would have to return to it. But at present, they're both happily installed in the new house in the Victor's village. I'm the only one who uses the squat little place where I was raised. To me, it's my only real home. I go there now to switch my clothes, exchange my father's old leather jacket for a new wool coat that always seems too tight for the shoulders. I leave my soft, warm hunting boots for a pair of expensive machine-made shoes that my mother thinks are more appropriate for someone of my status. I've already stowed my bow and arrows in the hollow log in the woods. Although time is ticking away, I allow myself a few minutes to sit in the kitchen. It has an abandoned quality, which no fire on the hearth, no clothes on the table. I mourn my old life here. We barely scraped by, but I knew where I fit in. I knew what my place was in this tightly interwoven fabric that was our life. I wish I could go back to it because, in retrospect, it seems so secure compared with now. When I am so rich and so famous and so hated by the authorities in the capital, a wailing at the back door demands my attention. I open it to find Buttercup, Bryn's scruffy old tomcat. He dislikes the new home almost as much as I do, and always leaves when my sister's at school. We've never been particularly fond of each other, but now we have this new bond. I let him in, feed him a chunk of beaver fat, and even rub him between the ears for a bit. You're hideous, you know that, right? I ask him. Buttercup nudges my hand for a few more petting, but we have to go. Come on, you. I scoop him up with one hand, grab my game with a bag with the other, and haul them both out the street. The cat springs free and disappears into a bush. The shoes pinch my toes as I crunch along the cedar street, cutting down alleys and through backyards gets me to Gale's house in minutes. His mother Hazel sees me through the window, where she's bent over the kitchen sink. She tries her hands upon her apron and problem with her hunting arrangement. Good belt too, I answer. It's comforting here with Hazel, weighing the merits of the game, just as we always have. She pours me a mug of herb tea, which I wrap my chilled fingers around gratefully. You know, when I get back from the tour, I was thinking I might take Rory out with me sometime after school, teach him how to shoot. Hazel nods. That'd be good. Gil means to, but he's only got his Sundays, and I think he likes saving those for you. I can't stop the redness that floods to my cheeks. It's stupid, of course. Hardly anybody knows better than Hazel. Knows the bond I share with Gail. I'm sure plenty of people assumed that we'd eventually get married, even if I never gave it any thought. But that was before the games. Before my fellow tribute, Peter Malark, announced he was madly in love with me. Our romance became a key strategy to our survival in the arena. Only it wasn't just a strategy for Peter. I'm not sure what it was for me, but I know how. It was nothing but painful for Gail. My chest tightens as I think about how, on the victory tour, Peter and I will have to present ourselves as lovers again. I gulp my tea even though it's too hot and push back from the table. I better get going. Make myself presentable.